Toby the gentleman. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, are you asking me?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Asking
Oh,
you.
Father, I'm very unprofessional. Like, I'm not used to it. These lives, and so we are doing good.
And for anyone who doesn't know, guys, we've been friends with Toby for a long time now. We actually did a live together. God, it must have been like a couple of years ago, right, on Instagram. I think during the pandemic. So we have known each other for quite a long time, and we've always, obviously enjoyed your content. So it's great to go live again and have a catch up.
Come on, this side. Maybe the light is not. Come on, sit there.
Welcome to our friends just joining too. Hope you're doing good, guys. So, Toby, what I thought would be great to do is kind of, if you're happy to, go ahead and introduce yourself, both Baba and Toby, and then kind of tell Pangpang's friends a little bit about yourselves.
Do you want me to say something about me and Toby?
Yeah, please. For anyone who hasn't seen one of your lovely videos before, if you wouldn't mind just telling us a bit about yourself and Toby, that'd be awesome.
Hi guys, this is Toby. We live in Dublin, and we are very good friend with Pangpang, and we love Pangpang. I don't even know what to say.
And Toby's kind of is a bit of a celebrity, isn't he, in Ireland? I know he's got a lot of loving fans.
So does Panda, cute pop.
Apologies, everyone watching. Pangpang's going to be to and from the kitchen because Mama's cooking lunch. So you can see what a pug is always like. Whenever they smell food, they will be chasing to see what's going on.
Is Pangpang always around the kitchen, is he?
Oh, he goes to and from the kitchen about 1 million times a day. I reckon
Mama,
he gets his 10,000 steps just going to and from the kitchen. Pangpang?
That's good for him. And Mama cooks good food for Pangpang. Do you cook food for Pangpang, or does he eat like ready-made food?
I'm trying to actually do more and more freshly made. I kind of figure that anything that comes from like those dog companies, a lot of it's going to obviously be processed and probably have some stuff in it that isn't great for dogs. So I do try to cook more and more fresh stuff. And we actually had like a health report from a company that specialises in dog diet and stuff. So we did a little test with Pangpang, and they gave us some feedback and said, you need to eat more of this, more of that. So we're trying to prepare lots of. Well, he's always eaten lots of fruit and vegetables, but we're trying to add more meat into his diet. So we cook some like fresh chicken. I'm going to try and and anything that's obviously like dog friendly, dog safe. We're going to try and give Pangpang more of that. How about with Toby? What does Toby generally eat?
I used to give Toby this food from the pet stop, and then since he got sick back in January, I started cooking food for myself, food for him.
Oh, that's amazing.
So now we usually eat I give him a minced beef with broccoli and rice, or sometimes lamb with the broccoli and rice. That.
Oh, that sounds great. I mean, it must be healthy. I must.
It is very healthy. I use this low fat meat, and then I cook it every 4 days. I cook it every 4 days, and it's not too expensive as well. I spend almost same money which I used to spend before on this food.
Oh, that's really good. Actually, I think that is like the way to go. Going forward.
Yeah, and it's very easy to cook as well. In a big pan, I just put all the chicken and then vegetable together, like meat and vegetable together, and I mix the rice afterward, and he loves it as well.
Oh, that's really great. Ooh, sorry, Pama just hit a bit of cucumber under the sofa, so he might start tearing up the sofa very shortly. But never mind. But no, that sounds really good.
Does Pangpang eat vegetables?
Oh yeah, he loves cucumber, broccoli. He likes cooked carrots, but not raw carrots anymore. He used to eat raw carrots.
Toby won't eat any vegetables.
Oh really?
Yeah, it has to be meat. He won't even touch it.
Oh, so it has to be kind of like cooked in the meat to get like the meat flavor and smell. Yeah.
Toby. I think he's very spoiled. Since Like when he was puppy, like I used to give him my food, and then like he's always like this. Like when I'm eating, like he will come to me, like and he will wait for my food, and when I don't give him, like and then he will just go eat his food.
Toby, this is for you. If you change your mind, you can have some cucumber.
I wish he would eat cucumber. I would make like nice ASMR video.
I find because it's really tough with dogs because they obviously have their own mind and own personality. So once they decide they want something or they like something, they'll always crave it. But I hear a lot of dogs don't like, especially cucumber, because it doesn't really have too much
Yeah.
flavor or smell, does it? So yeah, Pangpang. Fortunately for us, he's liked it since he was a puppy. And the only bad thing for me is that when he takes cucumber from my hand, he always chomps. So you have to kind of
Oh.
you have to do it like that, otherwise
Oh yeah.
he goes a bit crazy for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Like there's a few things like raw carrots. Pangpang doesn't eat them, so he kind of plays with them and he'll put them in his mouth and spit them out and walk away. And yeah, like it's the same, I guess, like with Toby for cucumber. He just doesn't really fancy it.
No, yeah, Toby, like there has to be meat flavor, like even in the vegetable. So with the broccoli as well, like I mixed with the meat,
Ah, okay.
and then when there's a flavor comes, like and then you'll eat it.
Oh, well. I mean, like you said, you found a way around it, and if that works better for Toby, that's definitely the thing you've got to keep doing. So, the other thing I was going to say is you might want to try, um, I think it's like salmon oil for dogs. So
Salmon
maybe,
oil.
yeah, maybe if you put that on top of the vegetables, it might make them a bit more interesting as well. But yeah, like as an alternative to cooking in the meat when you don't have time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like I'll have a look. I'll make a even video.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll send you a link so you can check it out. But Toby, you're looking adorable, buddy. You look so cute there. What an angel.
And does Pang go out like especially nowadays, like in a heat?
Say again, sorry.
Do you bring Pang out like for a walk?
We're trying to keep him indoors, obviously, like because pugs
In-
and because of the shape of the
Oh
muzzle,
yeah.
they tend to struggle a bit more, I think, than most dogs in the heat. I guess even for any dog at the moment, it's too hot, but we definitely keep him indoors for the most of the time at the moment, and then we've got the swimming pool outside, so I
Oh,
tend to.
that's
I,
for Pang eh? Nice
yeah,
little swimming pool.
this was always my dream if I was successful to have my own swimming pool, but I think I should have been a bit more specific because isn't quite what I meant. But no, it's great for him. Like every day in the heat wave, I get him in the pool.
Mm.
But we kind of tend to wait until later on in the afternoon, so probably about between 5 and 6 is like a good time when.
And that's a very good size swimming pool. Where you get that from?
I think I got this one from Amazon. So
Oh,
yeah, like we did have a smaller one, but I found that it didn't really cover him. But this one
yeah.
here, this is probably like the second biggest available from this company, and it's deep enough that he can really cool off and have a little swim. So yeah, I kind of hold his belly if you've seen any of the videos and give him a little
Yeah.
swim.
And does he like to swim? Get in the water?
He likes to do it if I'm holding him and if I get in there with him, but before
Mm.
he used to be very scared of water, so yeah, he wasn't a
Mm.
fan originally. Come on, let's go in front of the fan, buddy. Come, let's go. But yeah, like these days, because I do it every year, I think he kind of really gets used to it, and he's got his confidence in the water. How about Toby? Does Toby like to swim?
You wouldn't touch the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you wouldn't touch the water. Like
Oh,
if it's a rainy day, like he doesn't mind going out. But like if there is like a water, you wouldn't even touch. Like
oh no. 'Cause I think that's the kind of the same for Pum Pum. Like, have you ever tried getting into the water with him, like whilst holding him?
no, yeah. When I'm giving him a shower or a bath, like yeah, I go together with him, and that's how I can do it. Otherwise, like it's almost impossible.
Oh, I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Like people just kind of assume that all dogs like the water, but so many dogs don't. And Pum Pum naturally was scared of water. He doesn't even like putting his paw into the puddles when he's
Yeah,
walking. So like he'll walk around all the puddles, which is very good for keeping him clean and
yeah. I think unless if you make them used to since they are puppy, like if you live nearby the sea. If
yeah,
you go
that's
there every day, like maybe they'll get used to the water. But like we live like like a half an hour away from the sea. So like we go there like once a month, or sometimes like once in a 6 months. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Yeah, we're a bit further from the seaside where we are, so like Pangpang has only been a couple of times, but
yeah.
yeah, like I
That
think
could be, yeah. Otherwise, I see many other dogs going in the sea and taking swimming. Like, but
I,
Toby knows how to swim. Like, but like he doesn't swim.
he just doesn't like it. Yeah, because
Yeah,
he does look like he's kind of got the build of a dog that
yeah,
would
yeah. If you
swim.
throw him in the water, he knows how to swim. Like he will come out as well. But like he doesn't. Toby,
Oh, poor Toby.
Toby.
Because I know when I put Pumpai into the water, even into like that little swimming pool, when I'm holding him, as I get near the water, I feel the claws going into me a bit more. So he's definitely not 100% sure about it, but for his health, I really like to get him in the water. And
Yeah.
you know when
How big is Pangpang? Like how long? How much does he weigh?
so he weighs. I think at the moment he weighs a little bit more because I actually had COVID and I haven't been for the long walks. Since I've had COVID. So I think probably like at the moment I reckon he's about 7.6, 7.8 kg.
KG. Oh, that's a good weight. You can bring him on the flight as well. Most of the flight.
Yeah, that's actually my dream. Funnily enough, my absolute dream for Pampang is like in the
Yeah, most of the
summertime.
flight will take a dog if they are under 8 kg. Like,
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
'Cause I've looked at it, and I really want to take him to New York. Like, that's my kind of life
yeah.
dream for Pampang is to either live in or visit New York.
New
But
York.
I'm so
Oh, you want to go to
excited.
New York? Is it for good?
Yeah. Say again, sir.
For good or just to visit? Like,
If I can go for good, that would be great.
yeah,
But I think I need to kind of find £1 million or so if I'm
yeah.
going to make that happen. So that's probably a bit.
Or maybe like you never know. Like in a month or two, like Pang Pang will be more famous, and then you can leave off. Like,
Yeah, maybe he can be on like one of the New York kind of TV shows, like
yeah.
the Daily
That's the
Show, whatever
thing.
it's
Yeah.
called.
I see like you have like more opportunity in USA.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
I think a lot of those opportunities.
with the channel you are running now, like because you can collaborate with the companies, like and but your more sponsor will come there, like
Yeah, no, that would be a dream. I mean, really, like, even if I could get him there on holiday, that would be really cool too. But like you said, I've always wanted to live in America, and I
mm,
went to New York on holiday a few years ago, and just really liked it. So I like the idea of taking him to Central Park every day, and
yeah, that would be so awesome.
yeah, that would be
Like
cool. How,
that's my thing as well. Like if I move to USA, like because like see, even on my Instagram, I get so many. Like like message from the sponsors, like and most of them only wants to work with the company based on in USA,
I
like
really like what kind of companies kind of
like
generally contact
like
you.
mostly like dog food companies, like dog bed and everything, and they will offer you good money as well, but like in like and I'll tell them like we are in Ireland, like and even though our most of our followers come from USA, like and they always looking to work with the American companies, like American account, like could be the tax reason or something.
Yeah, I think it's just like also about like the exposure, isn't it? Because if you're actually in America, then it's easy to do stuff and like do the promotional events and stuff. And
Yeah, that's the thing,
yeah,
and then there's so many like doggies account, like you can collaborate with them, like and it's a different, and then if you have ideas, like and that's the place to go, like
100%. Yeah,
if you have an ideas or something like.
there's two places I want to move with Pampang, and so one is New York, and the other one is Tokyo or Osaka in Japan because.
Yeah, Japan would be nice as well for the
Yeah,
dogs.
I just think that in both of these countries, like dogs really get like a lot more attention and like
Yeah, I think Japan is one of the most dog friendly country. France,
yeah.
Japan.
And honestly, it's such an amazing country. I went there, yeah, like a few years
Uh,
before the pandemic, and I didn't want to come home. I liked it that much. So yeah,
uh,
either New York or probably like Osaka in Japan because the food was amazing.
yeah.
That would be
The
really
thing
cool.
here out here is like the weather in Ireland is such a bad, like like now it's sunny day, like but from tomorrow it's gonna be like rainy every day. It's so depressing. Like.
Oh, really? Oh no. Yeah, I always hear from my friends from Ireland that it rains a lot, like even compared to London.
Yeah,
So,
London. Yeah, it's a small island, like and it's windy or rainy most of the time here. Like
mm, I mean, like I guess like for dogs, it like at least like when it's not hot is ideal. So
yeah,
that's
it's
what
good
puts
for
me
the
off
dog,
some.
actually. But like I feel like dog will get used to the weather as well, like because even this Boston Terrier, like they come from the Boston, like and Boston has very warm weather.
That's true actually, isn't it?
But
It
like
can be,
I don't think Toby will survive if I bring him to the Boston because he's used to it. This Irish weather now. Like.
oh well, like that's probably like. I mean, I know New York can be hot, but it can it's probably like most of the year is pretty comfortable for a dog. So
Yeah,
I think it'd be really cool one day if both of us move to New York and we can both go with like
yeah.
Toby and Pangpang to Central
I think
Park and go for
New
lucky.
York is not more expensive than London. I say you live in London, like if you can find a job in New York, like
That's always the hardest thing for me. Is like, I mean, I've worked for like quite a few companies that have UK, like have US offices, but like
yeah,
none of them have like. It's never come up for me to kind of be sent to New York, and I've always wanted to. And I think even like I would love to work in social media in New York. I think that would be really cool, but finding sponsorship to get the visa is so difficult.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope I can find a way one day, and I hope you guys can too. But
The only way is like you can go to Canada, live in Canada for 5 years, and once you get the Canadian citizenship, and you can move to USA, maybe.
Oh, I didn't know that, but that's actually probably easier for me because I've got family in Canada. Like,
Yeah, I think because USA won't give like a easy visa like like other countries like but the Canada like if your British citizenship can go to Canada I think and work there.
okay, that's really good to know. I'll have to look into that because
Yeah, but I'm not too sure but like I think like British citizenship or Irish citizenship can go to Canada and work like you can get like temporary working visa. But
this is my other summer device for Pangpang from very cheap but very
oh,
good for keeping him cool.
it's crazy.
It's just like one of those laundry spray bottles and
Yeah,
just some cold
he likes
water.
it.
He kind of likes it when he's hot, and then eventually, when he's had enough, he'll try and bite it. So I don't think he knows whether it's good or bad, but generally he'll kind of let it happen when it's a hot day.
So do you release some calendar or something for Pang Pang like this year? Or?
Say again, sir.
Do you release calendar or something?
No, we haven't done a calendar. We did kind of like a bit of merch a few years ago, but we've never really stuck with it. So
Yeah,
I just didn't really enjoy the process of making merch and stuff. So I kind of put
yeah.
my feet in.
Yeah, you don't make much to be honest, like 'cause like mostly I do calendar, like like I print out myself,
Oh, amazing.
and when the followers will order, like and then like the shipping is so expensive from Ireland to USA, and then most of the calendar are sold in USA.
Oh,
So
really?
like
Oh, I
if I
didn't know
sell
that.
the calendar for 20 euro, the shipping will be another like 12, 13 euro. Like
Oh, yeah, pricey, isn't it, for
oh
the
yeah,
shipping?
and that's also and then the packaging and everything. Like I don't mind doing packaging and everything, but when the shipping is so high, and I feel bad like to sell to the people in USA. Like
But that's so cool though that you've got loads of friends and who follow Toby in the USA. I think that's amazing.
yeah, so this year like the calendars are printing now. Like so when I get the calendar, I'm gonna send it to this Amazon warehouse in USA.
Ah, amazing.
So all
And
this
have you
American.
got all your photos ready for it?
Yeah, everything is ready, and I have the seller account on Amazon as well now. Like, I only opened it last month, so now I can send it everything, all the calendars to the U.S. warehouse. Like,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
yeah, I won't be,
congratulations.
yeah, I won't be making much profit, but like the good thing is like the my followers can get it for maybe the free delivery by Amazon or like very low shipping, like for them.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and guys, like any of our friends watching, if you go and check out Toby's account, do obviously get a calendar because some really really cute pictures and some really funny ones too. We really like your funny pictures, and there's so many of them.
And do you ever go to Belfast or somewhere like?
I've never been to Ireland actually, which is so bad because obviously like living in London, there's no excuse.
London is a big city, like.
Yeah, I need to come over at some point, but I'll definitely give you a shout when I
Yeah,
find.
like Northern Ireland, like the Harslow.
Say again, sir.
I can't pronounce his name. The dog Harslow, no? The balancing dog, like.
Oh yeah, I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Northern Ireland, in Belfast, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and he gave me these ideas of calendars and everything.
Have you ever met up?
No, we never met up, but like we keep in touch on WhatsApp and Instagram, like. And then I used to do calendar before as well, but like so he gave me the ideas of how to sell the calendar packaging and then the sizes and everything.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've always liked the idea of doing calendars, and we've actually kind of got a friend. One of my friends is a really famous, or like really famous nature photographist. So like he sorry, photographer. Sorry, but he did like some shots of Pangpang, and I really loved them. And we thought,
See,
yeah, maybe.
for the photo calendar, you can use this same Instagram photo as well, like which you posted, like.
Oh,
Do
just like his funny, cute photos.
yeah,
Yeah.
all this funny. And that's what I do. Like we don't do photo shoot for the separately. Like I just use the same picture which I have taken last year.
Oh, that's great because like
Yeah, and then
I think one of my favorite pictures of Toby is the one of him kind of like over the bath.
oh the on the bar in the yeah, that's a funny one as well. Yeah, because this year I have few good pictures as well. So I'm gonna release this calendar in next, I think, maybe 15th of September or something.
Guys, obviously go and pick up a copy. It's gonna be great, and
Yeah,
you'll.
yeah, that's my plan now. Like to send this calendar to U.S. warehouse for the American people, like for the Canadians and American,
Yeah.
and for the European and rest of the world, like I'll do ship myself, like
And can I ask like how many do you hope to sell? Like what's kind of
uh
normal for you?
like like it's like around 400 to 500 like calendars, like.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, if you start from now, like and if you keep pushing on the Instagram and Facebook, like by the end of December, like you will sell that many. Even
Wow.
like after December as well, like you can put on the sale because people wants to get it before Christmas.
Yeah, of course. It's a very nice Christmas present, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Good boy.
it's better to that's what. So you can start with the Pangpang as well with like only 50 calendars, like and then see how it goes and.
Yeah, I think like probably like this year because my work has been pretty busy. I probably won't be able to do this year, but if we kind of find that there's a lot of interest in doing a calendar, we'll definitely consider it because
Or you can do like this one. I was in Nepal last year, so I couldn't do myself. So I used this third party. It was like a third party drop shipping, like So you just make the calendar, and if somebody ordered it from, and then they will do the shipping and everything, and so you get a little bit profit, like.
that's great. That's cool. Yeah.
That was very handy for me as well. But the calendar will be so expensive, and then it will ship only in the USA, like because it's an American-based company.
Right. Got yeah. Yeah. But there definitely seems to be like I find with a lot of this kind of stuff, there seems to be the most interest from the US, and I
Yeah,
think
US, like US, yeah, followers from US, like people from here, they don't they don't bother much, like.
and I think that's probably what kind of excites me about moving to the US because like if like I've actually had people contact me because we did some collabs with like some artists and stuff like that, and then like they were kind of telling me like, oh, like I was talking to my friends and I told them I was going to draw Pangpang, and they're like, oh my goodness, Pangpang the Pug, and it was just like I don't think there's really that kind of reaction in the UK so much. Like,
No, yeah, the same here. Like even here, like when I tell people like, okay, Toby has like this many followers, and people will they won't be like, oh, surprised or something like that. They'll be like, oh, really, and that's it. Like it's not a big reaction or something. But if I tell the same thing to these Americans, like when I see them on the street, like when I go to Galway or something, oh, they'll be so like happy, like.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, actually, like it was a long time till we had people kind of recognize him, because we don't really tell people
Yeah.
who he is here. We use like his English name, not his Chinese name. So like in English, it's like Fat, and
Yeah. You told me once, like
and like one time we were at like a pug event,
Wait,
and there was this guy, and
chick.
this guy from I think Norway, if I remember right, called Michael, and he was like, "Oh, is that Pangpang?" And I was like, "Oh my goodness, you know who he is?" And he was like, "Yeah, I follow him on YouTube." And so it was like a pug cafe, and this guy had like come over to visit London, and he like had been following Pangpang for some time. So it was really strange that it seems like people from other countries know him better than people in his hometown, which is funny.
Yeah. You have a pub cafe in London?
Yeah, there's a like a kind of like a mobile pub cafe that kind of comes around
Oh, okay.
like
So the coffee
from time to
shop.
time, and then there's like a fixed one. But I actually prefer the fixed one, because I went to a couple of like the pub cafe events and I didn't really enjoy them that much. But like the regular one that we kind of been talking to the owners for a while, we really enjoy that one.
You must have this big pug community as well in London, isn't it? Like for the walk or something.
Yeah, we actually found like finally we found like a pug walk community.
Yeah.
So we took him there, and there were like 30 pugs, and it
Oh,
was so
30
much
pugs. Oh,
fun.
that's a good turnout.
Yeah, it was
But,
great. I think like for Pangpang, like I've always wanted him to have a brother, but because we just don't feel like it's like right for the size of house we have,
yeah.
we kind of feel bad sometimes that he hasn't got a brother to play with. But one thing I think definitely a new thing since we last spoke was there was actually like some pugs where we live. And I had no idea. And one day I was walking, no, sorry, I was driving past like the local field, and I saw like 4 pugs, and I was like, oh my goodness, what? And so I stopped, and it turned out they'd like lived in like our area like for a long time. We just never bumped into each other, and so Pangpang had like 4 pug friends for a while, but actually they 2 of the pugs are their own, and 2 of the pugs they foster. So
Okay.
we
Oh,
don't
that.
have all of them anymore. I think they've got two left, and the other 2 have gone to their forever homes. But it's really nice just to get him hanging around with other pugs, and he really enjoys the company. So I feel very happy to see that.
Yeah.
How about with Boston Terriers? Where
No, we don't have the Boston Terrier community or work here because there's not many Boston Terriers. So
right?
it's mostly French Bulldog here in Ireland. So when we go for a doggy walk, like you see like all the mixed dog, like but there are like a French dog. There's a big group of French bulldogs and what's the how I forgot the greyhound and then the golden retrievers, yeah, but not for the Boston Terrier.
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever actually, or maybe only once in my life, I've
Yeah,
seen a
it's very
Boston Terrier.
hard to see Boston Terrier here as well. Like,
Aw. And but like how does he get on with other dogs?
oh, he loves playing with the other dog, like, and then he's very friendly.
Yeah, he definitely seems to have a very kind of chilled out nature, and seems very sweet. So
Yeah.
I'd imagine that he's quite happy just to be around other dogs.
Pangpang is still eating cucumber.
Yeah.
Is a cucumber good for dogs? Is it?
Yeah, I mean it's a very good summer snack, because obviously it's got a lot
Uh-huh.
of water in it, and it's very cool and refreshing. So I like to give him this because pugs are very food motivated. So if you don't give them like healthy treats, they just want to eat like junk dog treats the whole day, and they'll get very fat. So it's very good for keeping him healthy and keeping him in like good shape.
So how old is Pangpang now? Like,
So Pum 5 now. How
oh,
about Toby?
Toby is 5 as well. He'll be 6 in January.
Oh, great! So they're very close then. So Pangpang's going to be 6 in November.
Oh,
So
this November. Oh, they are like Pangpang is a big brother.
yeah.
Just by 2 months, like.
So Toby, if you ever come over to London, you got to come and hang out with Pangpang, okay, buddy?
We had a plan to come to London actually this summer, and I don't know, some like I couldn't manage the time with the work and everything, so like I canceled my ticket as well.
Oh no! Oh, so you actually had a ticket booked?
Yeah, like because from here to London wasn't too expensive as well. So, but like I had everything booked out. Like
Were you going to fly or take the ferry?
no, take a ferry. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking to bring my own car. So ferry will go from here to what's the Blackpool or something? Liverpool, sorry.
Right.
And from Liverpool, I have to drive like 5 hours to London.
Yeah, Liverpool's a fair drive because I
Yeah, that was the plan, but like I don't know, I couldn't make it. Like so, I hope maybe like November, December, Christmas in London or something. Toby.
that'd be great. I think yeah, like in terms of weather, it'd probably work out better for you guys anyway because it wouldn't be very nice to travel if it was so hot. But yeah, like probably like November-ish, I'd recommend. But hopefully that time, if you have time off work, yeah, that could be pretty good for you and Toby to come and explore. Would that be? Like, have you been to London before, or is it your
I've
first time?
never been to London before. No, I live in Ireland and it's my dream to go to London sometime. But like I don't know, it's all with the work and everything. Like it's very hard to balance this work and life and everything.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, like
And
if you ever manage to do it, let me know, and obviously we'll
I
come
will
and meet you guys.
definitely like I will because like if I go somewhere like I have to bring Toby with me as well and
Yeah,
not many places allow dog. So like
yeah. This,
I
this, this
drive
is a
most of the
problem,
time.
isn't
Like
it? When you have a dog, it's so difficult sometimes to find places that are dog friendly and that welcome dogs.
that's the thing. Like so you have to sometimes I have to tell them, oh, Toby is famous. Like because the ones we stuck in is the countryside like in Ireland. It's somewhere in Galway. Like I couldn't find the hotel, and then like the most of the hotel won't allow dogs out. So
Oh, really?
I went to the receptionist and I said, "Then please, like give us one room, like I'll pay extra." And they said no. And I told them like Toby's famous and this and that, and then they let me stay in the hotel.
It is really funny because sometimes I find that people say like, oh, like you can't bring your dog in here, and then I'll just see whether that's the case, like you're saying, just say like, well, he's pretty like well known, like, and then
Yeah,
as soon as you say that, a lot of people change their mind and like, oh yeah, as
yeah,
long as you tag us in the video, that's fine. It's like okay, cool.
yeah. And that's always most of the time it works out. Like if you have a camera with you or something, and they'll be always nice to you. Like I always put GoPro on Toby, like so
Yeah.
yeah, he's recording his own thing, right? And people recognize him with this GoPro, and oh, that's Toby. Like, yeah, that's Toby. Come on, Toby. Where you going?
That's really cute. Actually, that is something as well that like I guess this year has like been a bit frustrating for me as like because a lot of companies in the UK they kind of like I don't know what's the best way to describe it, but like take advantage of creators. So they'll be like, I mean, 4-star hotels, and they'll be saying like, we won't pay you for the promotion, and it's
Oh
like in America, you can obviously like get fair payment for like doing these kind of promotions, and I think that yeah, in the UK sometimes companies are not very generous with the creators.
no, yeah. See, I think I always every time I get offer, it's always from the American companies. Like I've never got any offer from UK or like anywhere in Europe or Ireland. Like all
Yeah,
of them are from USA. Like and they will pay you good as well. Like
that's so cool. Yeah, and I
yeah,
think like that's really nice because like you guys
I
work
think,
very hard
yeah,
on
I
it.
think they know the value as well. Like like of this digital marketing. Like so there's a few companies will pay us like a like I work with the one. It was like uh, it was for this like this all these tier stands and everything. So so they paid like I know the few accounts like the smaller size than me. they paid like a 10 grand for them for like a 3 or 4 posts.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's the kind of thing I'd love to do because like my dream really is just to kind of
yeah, and then I
do
was
it full
thinking like
time.
like 4 posts is like over 2 grand for one post only on one account, like on the Instagram. So
Wow,
that if you can make like 2 grand for one post, if you do only like a 2 sponsors a month, and that's enough. Like you can live anywhere in the world.
and that's absolutely right. That's all I really want to do is kind of quit my job. Like if it ever became that kind of level, and then
Yeah.
just focus on. I want Pangpang to live somewhere he's really happy. So I'd love to go and live closer to the seaside, whether whatever country that's in, and just let him have those kind of experiences in life. Because like something like living in New York or Japan would just be such an amazing life
Yeah. Because
experience.
now like I'm trying myself as well, like because I'm working only 2 days a week.
Oh, that's great.
So like so 2 or 3 days a week, like and then other 4 or 5 days spend time with Toby, like all day, like I try to make more videos. So but past month I'm very busy doing the calendars.
Yeah.
But like that's what I want to do. Like I want to grow this account. Like I want to make it like a professional. Like so I can work from the home as well. And then if I go move out somewhere, like I can go anywhere in the world and work like with Toby. Like
That's so cool, and
so
I hope you guys can make it.
yeah.
That'd be
So that's
awesome.
why like if I move to USA as well, like I don't need to worry like looking for a job or like it's something in the beginning. Like if you can only pay the rent or food, that's enough. Like in the beginning.
Yeah, I think for the USA, like it's always just been about the visa that kind of worries me in terms of like how to get it. But like in terms of like living costs, if I need to, I don't think it would be like obviously I wouldn't be buying the penthouse suite
No, no way,
near Central
no.
Park.
If
But I
if you
think I
can
could
get like a
rent a small apartment.
small studio, that I'll be lucky. Like if you can afford like a small
And
studio.
it's kind of this, like you said, it's the same as London, really. Like, I mean, I think I did hear that New York is like maybe like second to Hong Kong as like in terms of expensive, but I think there's always like the more reasonable price somewhere. It's just you have to be sensible with what you go for, and like it's exactly the same in London. I mean, your budget can be anything because like I've got friends who live in London who pay like crazy rents, but obviously they want to live in a very particular area with a very big apartment. But there's also friends who have found like a more affordable option. So yeah, definitely like there's possibilities for you guys.
And it's so expensive now, even in Dublin. Like it's so expensive. Like with one small studio apartment will cost you like almost 1,500 euro or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's so expensive in Dublin. Like sometimes when I check like in USA, like that's so I find few places so cheaper. Like not in New York maybe, but like downtown. Like this bit just further, little bit further from New York. Like you can find a big nice place. Like cheaper than here in Dublin.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I mean, I have actually got family in New York State, but they're not, anywhere near the center. They live like in Rochester.
Yeah,
So it's like,
I have my uncle lives in Baltimore, and I have few friends. They lives in North Carolina. Like they always tell me like come to USA, come to USA. But it's not easy to go to USA. Like it's not easy. Like it's not like in Australia going to Australia. For me it's easy to go to Australia than USA. Like
is that because of your passport that you
yeah,
hold?
yeah, because
Yeah.
like yeah, because like even with the Irish passport, like you can go and work in Australia.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, because Australia has this scheme like work and holiday visa for the Irish people with
Oh,
for the Irish citizenship. But for to be in USA, like it's like either you have to have like some sponsors or like some work permit from the company.
yeah. I think it's frustrating because like for us it's like the same. Like if I want to go to China, I can get there very quickly because obviously Helen's Chinese, and
Yeah,
I was thinking about maybe going back to China when the pandemic was on, but I wasn't
yeah.
allowed to fly there because I'm not Chinese, so I had to put that plan on hold, and then we thought we'd see what happened. Buddy, stop.
Where about China you want to go?
So I'd want to go back to the same city I used to live. I used to live in Ningbo, which is kind of
Okay.
about 2.5 hours from Shanghai on the coast. It's a seafood city, and it's kind of like a third tier city. So it's it used to be so affordable. I'm sure the price has gone up since I left because it's about 10 years ago. But we used to pay like £240 a month for our rent
for nice
for
place.
and like I mean it wasn't a huge apartment, but it was plenty for us. You know, I guess you kind of get used to living in. You kind of get used to living in apartments if you're in like a city like that in China. So
And so you're gonna work with the same company which you're working with now in London, or you're gonna change your job?
and like my company is really great. Like they do let people work abroad as long as you know
Oh,
you kind of have to sort out the work arrangements, but like it's definitely possible. But I think like for the time being, I'm very happy with the company I'm working for. So I'll have to wait and see what happens long term. But yeah, we'll see. It's probably one for the one for the future. But yeah, maybe one day that would be really cool. Like one day if we were both living in New York, that would be so awesome. So let's see what happens, guys.
Toby, do you gonna go to New York? Yes or no? Yes. He said he doesn't mind.
I think if I do go to New York, I'm gonna put on a lot of weight because I did enjoy the food in New York. That was
Yeah, everyone will do like, yeah, cause like that's my plan for next year as well. I wanna move, like, I wanna do something new, like, I wanna start over, like, I wanna make this Toby the gentleman, like, journey even larger, like, that's the plan, but it's not easy, like. Hey,
yeah,
Toby.
that's exactly what we're kind of hoping to do. But like you're saying, it's so hard because you obviously you need a bit of luck as well as like good content. It's not all under our control, is it? So I hope that it happens for you guys. We'd love to see you guys doing kind of living your dreams. That would be very cool.
I want to start. I want to do some startup. Like now, I want to like we're selling some cups and T-shirt on the Etsy. Like, do you know Etsy? Like Etsy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
And then like
I
I
saw the
didn't
cup.
realize,
Yeah,
like, like when I was selling like a coffee mug, like, and then it will print out from this third party account. It's a Printful and Printify,
yeah.
and they will give you like a 40% profit, like, for every coffee mug you sell. But when I put that on the Etsy and everything, like, Etsy will take some 6%, and then there's a tax and everything, and I was getting profit only like not even 5%, like, and I
Yeah,
was losing money on three or four sales, like, and I was like, what the hell? And I was checking like why there's so not too much profit, and they have a
yeah.
different system for the Europe, like, outside the USA.
We found that before when we tried doing the merch. It's like one, it was like we weren't selling as many as we hoped to, and two, like I didn't really enjoy the promotional side of it because like you really do
Yeah,
have to kind of promote the products, and I was kind of bored of it. I really want for me I guess the most exciting thing is like you were kind of saying like having like the account grow bigger and like when we see like his videos get millions of views, that always makes me really
yeah,
happy to
that's
know
the
that
thing.
we're,
Like,
we've
see the I'm
lost.
always so like inspired with this account, like, Tucker and Doug the Pug as well, and how the Doug the Pug becomes such a huge, like.
And like obviously I think at the moment like because I found that like Instagram has really slowed down for a lot of you
Instagram is
creators.
like, that's the thing, like, like I have been noticing, like, every time I post nowadays,
Yeah,
like, likes will go up so faster in next 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes it will slow down, like, somehow, like, and I never experienced this before, like.
yeah.
I think they
My feeling about that was that like I looked at the analytics on a lot of my recent posts, and it was like it was barely getting shared with anyone who wasn't following Pangpang.
yeah,
Uh,
that's the thing, like, that's what I have been noticing I said this last month, like, I put some I even took it off from my from the page, and then there's very nice post I did, like, it went viral on TikTok, it went viral on YouTube as well, even on the Facebook. But for on the Instagram, like, like, normally I used to get like a 2,000 likes in first 40 minutes or something like this.
That's great. Yeah,
And
that's
from
really
that,
good.
I will knew like okay, how many likes this post will get. But like when I put that nice few videos, like it end up getting only like 1,500 likes in 5 hours, like, and that never happened to us before.
Yeah, no, there's definitely something like for us. It's been a long, long time on Instagram, and I've been getting really bored with it, and I've complained about it a few times. Is like since like about October, November last
Yeah.
year, we haven't been growing at all. And like you're saying, it just seems like when you post something from any like I've noticed like even a lot of accounts on the same kind of following level as us in the UK have had exactly the same issue where they just, I mean, like literally
Even
haven't grown by more than 5,000 in
yeah,
the space
even
of a year.
the Dog the Pug, they put on their post as well about this new algorithm, like because they're finding very hard as well.
Oh, really?
'Cause, yeah,
Wow.
I saw their post and they were saying like they've been trying so hard, like but like and they have very active followers as well, but like only like on not more, not even a percent are getting to see their post, like and then I checked as well, and like they have like 3 or 4 million followers, and they were getting only like 10,000, like not even 10,000 likes on some pictures, like five
That's
six
that's
thousand likes.
crazy because they're like number one essentially, like
Yeah,
or pretty much in that niche.
yeah,
So
and
that is
imagine
crazy.
like you were getting like 100,000 likes, and then it's coming down to 5,000 likes. So I don't know, something is going on with Instagram. 'Cause Instagram is trying always something ridiculous, like
Yeah, like
like
on that one, like I did speak to Instagram recently, and like I wasn't really that impressed with the response. I got told that my account is absolutely fine. There's no issue, like restrictions and stuff like that. And I was like, well, why has like the number of people viewing my story kind of gone down by like to a third of what it used to be, even though the account has more followers? And I
mm.
just I felt like a lot of the responses is like standard stuff, but I didn't really find out what was the issue. And definitely something has changed for us. Like I don't know why. And
Something is they have changed something for 100. But I was thinking like maybe I'm shadow ban or something, like because like I put a photo first, like and then that photo got only like 2,000 likes when I wake up, like it was in 8 hours.
right.
And then like it was such a good photo, like it went viral. Even on Facebook, it has like 10,000 likes, and then even on Twitter, it has like over 3,000 likes. In Twitter, when I get more than 500 likes, it's just kind of viral. But that picture got so many likes on Twitter and Facebook, and then I coming down to Instagram, like there's not many, and then I just took it off from the Instagram because I was like, no, like Instagram don't deserve like such a cute.
It's really funny because I'm quite late to the party on Facebook, and I actually get more engagement now on Facebook, even though I don't.
Facebook is such a good like platform nowadays. Like, and you can make money as well if you go viral on like from the same video. Like I had like this the sleeping video. Like
Yeah,
I had like a 40 million views on Instagram. I made zero, nothing.
yeah, same here.
Instagram won't pay you anything, but
Yeah,
on Facebook you can monetize that the same video. Like it won't be much, but like even with the 10 or 15 million views, you can make up to 2 grand or something nowadays on Facebook.
that's really good, and it helps so much as a creator because that's
Yeah,
what I like about YouTube is like that if you do well, you start to earn something and like just for the
yeah,
views
and then
alone.
on the YouTube, like your video can go viral after a month or two as well. Like YouTube will keep pushing your post, like
Yeah, we had one that kind of did about like 47 million views, and
Yeah,
it's exactly what you said. Like on Instagram, I had one get 38 million views.
yeah,
Absolutely nothing, not one
nothing.
penny, because they don't. They said at the time that the UK wasn't included in the Reels monetization, which was really frustrating.
Yeah, but
And then on YouTube, we obviously did a bit better, which was good. Oh, Toby, you still there? Well, no, guys, I think Toby might have frozen. Let me just, in case it's me, let me move back towards the internet hub. Guys, it's been really interesting talking to Toby and his lovely brother. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Let's see if it's going to resume. Pam pam. One of us has lost internet. Is it you or is it Toby? Pangpang, kiss.
Most likely.
Kiss.
You.
Oh no, Pangpang. It's not my fault that I have rubbish internet. Well, it kind of is. Guys, I'm so sorry. I think it has frozen, so I'm gonna have to end the live there. But I hope you've enjoyed hearing all of the chat with Toby and his brother. It's obviously a really good friend of ours, so do go and check out their account. And thank you everyone for coming to see us, and I hope you've enjoyed. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you guys again really soon. Take care, everyone.